This land does not love men. Shall I cut you down? It might kill you. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. We will meet again.
So I think the perfect way to describe Conan Exiles and the skeptics behind its release is the right game at the wrong time. It has come at a time where the genre it is trying to enter has been saturated by sketchy and downright bad releases. Understandably, many people are skeptical about this game, and I've actually seen hate towards this game purely on the basis that it's just another eat, drink, mine, and build survival game. But it's not. Now I am going to be as unbiased as I can in this review, and I have already played this game for about 16 hours. However, in this review I am not going to cover the nitty-gritty mechanics or the easily fixable bugs in this game, because I do not want to make a review based around things that could be fixed tomorrow or next week. Instead, I want to cover why this game is different from the other survival games that I have played, as well as cover what are the pros and cons of this game, and I also want to cover the development team, because I feel that with all of these early access games, trust in the development team is more important than ever, because at the end of the day, it's the development team that makes or breaks the future of an early access game. So first, is Conan Exiles just another survival game? Or is it something new, something different? If you are looking for a brand new survival experience, you will not find it here. What this game does is adds to that key survival game formula. It places a Skyrim-esque RPG style world with a rich backstory based on the books of Conan the Barbarian and merges them with this key survival game formula. This means that whilst you could survive with the traditional survival playstyle, to really succeed in this game, you must go out and defeat the bosses, take down the AI camps, and explore. You must immerse yourself into the RPG side of this game. So what are the pros of this game? Playability. So what I mean by this is that most survival games are end game when you have the biggest base and the best tech. However, with the storyline element to this, there are end game bosses and gods that you can summon, adding another entire level to this game. The thrall system. So the world of Conan is thriving with AI camps and bosses, and this adds such a lively atmosphere to the game. So much so that there is actually a single player option. And I mean, imagine how boring most survival games would be in single player. And to top this off, you can actually capture these AI, break them down on the Wheel of Pain, and make them your slaves. Now these slaves can actually serve various purposes, from fighting for you, to dancing for you to remove your corruption from certain places in the map. Performance. So the performance in this game shocked me. I was achieving 100 FPS at the spawn, and averaging about 70 to 80 on maxed out ultra settings. And admittedly, I do have a very good computer, and there were some performance drops to around 40 FPS, and I did get some performance drops when going near caves when they had to load in. However, I'm sure this FPS will improve over time, and as it stands, it's already better than most survival games out there. And with a low-end laptop mode, anyone should be able to run this game with at least 30 or even 60 FPS. So what are the cons to this game? So many survival games maintain replayability through their procedurally generated terrain. However, much like Ark, this does not offer that. And whilst modding will be available, I think mappers and modders will have a much more difficult time because they're going to have to encompass and consider this RPG storyline element, allowing for bosses and AI camps, and this could allow for arguably less freedom with the mods. Like I mentioned previously, if you are looking for a brand new survival experience, this game won't provide it. The core survival mechanics in this game are very similar to those which Ark or Rust offer, although this could also be considered as a pro because it's very familiar and is actually very polished and satisfying in Conan Exiles. Likewise, if you're a big fan of Conan the Barbarian and its world and its lore, you may be disappointed by this game. Conan Exiles steers away from that full-on RPG style game and just adds non-intrusive tidbits with relation to the story. Also, whilst I said that I don't want to mention the current bugs and quirks of this game, I feel like I should mention that at this point there are lots of them. So if you are looking just to pay and get a good polished survival game, you may want to wait a couple of weeks for things to get ironed out. Now on to the development team. Are they just going to ditch the game within a week, or are they going to raise this game to its full potential? I believe that this development team is going to make this game the best that it can be, for a few reasons. Firstly, the developers are known and registered as a business. They have a portfolio of games including Age of Conan, and within the hours of the game's release, we saw numerous and consistent updates to the game, as well as the developers live streaming and being active amongst the community Reddit and various other places such as the Discord. This is really promising, and I'm sure we'll see the developers take this game to its full potential. So in conclusion, I would recommend this game to others, as I believe this is the summation of everything good in a survival game, but with added personality and an interesting and vibrant world. However, you should not expect a brand new experience, but simply an evolved version of existing survival games based on the story of Conan the Barbarian. So I wanted to leave you with this at the end of the video, because I know most people won't care. But for those who are interested, I will be making more videos around Conan Exiles very soon. I've been inactive for the last month or so, but I should be able to upload a bit more frequently now, and it would help me a lot if you could comment what you want to see in terms of content, as well as drop a like and a sub, because seriously, it helps me a lot.